Om Shanti. Today, 3rd May 2020, Bab Dada's Avyakt Murli. Revised date 6th January 1986. In the essence, Baba says the confluence age, the age to accumulate. Om Shanti. Today, Trikaldarshi Babdada, the one who knows all the three aspects of time of all the children, is seeing the accounts of accumulation of all the children. You all know that throughout the whole cycle, the only time to accumulate an elevated account is at this confluence age. It is a short age and a short life. However, the speciality of this age and life is that anyone can accumulate as much as he or she wants at this time. According to the elevated account of this time, you attain the status of being worthy of worship, and then from being worthy of worship, you also become a worshipper. It is only at this time that you accumulate an elevated account of elevated actions, elevated knowledge, elevated relationships, elevated powers, and elevated virtues. From the copper age onwards, there is a temporary account of devotion in which you do something and you instantly receive the fruit of that, and then it is finished. The account of devotion is for a temporary period because you earn it and you then instantly use it. The time to accumulate is your imperishable account, so that it continues for birth after birth is now. This is why this elevated time is called the most auspicious age and the age of charity. It is called the age of God's incarnation. This is remembered as the age in which you receive powers directly from the Father. It is in this age that your Father plays the part of being the bestower of fortune and the bestower of blessings. This is why this age is called the age of blessings. In this age, because of love, the Father becomes the innocent treasure, and he gives you multi-millions in return for one. It is only at this time that you receive the special fortune of accumulating multi-millions in return for one. In the other ages, there are the accounts of receiving as much you do or give. There is a difference because at this time the Father becomes the instrument to enable you to attain directly, both in the form of an inheritance and also blessings. From devotion, you receive the fruit of your faith and devotion, whereas here you receive the fruit of the inheritance and blessings. Therefore, do you continue to take every step whilst being Trikaldarshi and knowing the importance of this time? Knowing the attainments and knowing the account of accumulations, do you know how elevated even 1 second of the time is compared with an ordinary time? Do you know very well the account of how much you can earn in a second and how much you lose in a second? Or is it that you earn something and lose something in an ordinary way? You are not just wasting such invaluable time of you. You have become Brahma Kumaris and Kumars, but have you claimed a right to the imperishable and the special blessings? Those who have a right at this time claim a right for birth after birth. At this time, a soul who remains dependent on any type of nature, sanskar or relationship becomes one who has a right to the status of a subject instead of having a right to a kingdom for birth after birth. Such a soul does not have a right to a kingdom but becomes one who has a right to the status of a subject. You have come here to become Raj Yogis. Those who have a right to a kingdom However, instead of that, because of the sanskar of being dependent, even though you are the children of the bestower of fortune, you are not able to claim a right to the kingdom. Therefore, always check to what extent you have become one who has a right over the self. How can someone who hasn't been able to attain a right over the self be able to claim the kingdom of the world? It is by becoming a self-sovereign at this time that you can prepare a living model of one who has a right to the kingdom of the world. When you invent something, you first prepare a model of it, don't you? Therefore, first of all, look at this model. To be a self-sovereign, the master of oneself means to be the king of all your physical organs, your subjects. Do the subject rules or does the king? You can know this, can you not? If the subjects are ruling, you cannot be called a king. In the rule of the subjects, the dynasty of king ends. If any one of the physical organ is deceiving you, you cannot be called a master of the self. Never think that there are always one or two weaknesses and that you are giving to become perfect by the end. Even one weakness over a long period of time can deceive you at a critical time. The sanskar of being dependent over a long period of time will not allow you to become one with a right. Therefore, to be one with the right means to have a right over the self. Do not deceive under the impression that you will become perfect by the end. The sanskar of having a right over the self over a long period of time will enable you to have the right to the world over a long period of time. Those who become master of the self for a short time will become ones who have a right to the kingdom of the world for a short time. Those who are seated on the Father's heart throne according to the Father's order of becoming equal to the Father are the ones who claim a right to the throne of the kingdom. To become equal to the Father means to be seated on the Father's heart throne. Just as Father Brahma became perfect and equal, so you too have become perfect and equal. Claim a right to the throne of the kingdom. Do not attain anything less in terms of your right to the inheritance and blessing due to any time of carelessness. Therefore, check your account of accumulation. The new year has just begun. Check your account of the past and accumulate in your new account with the help of this time and the Father's blessing. Do not create an account in which you earn and instantly use it. At Amrit Vela, you have yoga and you accumulate. During class time, you study and you accumulate. Then throughout the day, under the influence of circumstances and situation, under the influence of an attack from Maya or under the influence of your own sanskar, you use it up in becoming victorious whilst battling. So what was the result? You earn and you consume it. So what was accumulated? Therefore, always check your account of accumulation and continue to increase it. Similarly, in your chart too, do not just put a tick. Did you attend classes? Yes. Did you have yoga? However, was your yoga as powerful as it is supposed to be according to the time? Did you pass your time well? You enjoy yourself a lot and you created something for the present, but together with the present, did you also accumulate something? Did you have such a powerful experience? Do not just check whether you are moving along. Whenever you ask anyone how they are moving along, they say that they are moving along very well. However, check with what speed you are moving along. Are you moving along at the speed of an ant or at the speed of a rocket? This year, check your speed and the percentage in becoming powerful in everything. To what percentage are you accumulating? If it were 5 rupees, you would say you had accumulated, and if it were 500 rupees, you would also say you had accumulated. So you accumulated, but how much did you accumulate? Do you understand what you have to do? You are moving towards the golden jubilee. This whole year is the year of the golden jubilee, is it not? So, check whether you are golden aged, that is, whether you have a Sato Pradhan stage in every respect, or are you Sato, which is the silver aged state. Your effort also has to be Sato Pradhan, golden aged. Your service too should be golden aged. Let there not be the slightest alloy of old sanskars. It shouldn't even be like nowadays where they make silver gold plated. Externally, it looked like gold, but what is it inside? It would be said to be mixed, would it not? So do not mix the alloy of arrogance and disrespect in service. This is then called golden aged service. There should not even be in your nature any feelings of jealousy, stubbornness, or trying to prove yourself right. That is alloy. Finish that alloy and become those with golden aged natures. Always have the sanskars of Haji. You have to mold yourself according to the time and service. That is, you have to become real gold. I have to mold myself. If you think that you will mold yourself, then others mold themselves. That is being stubborn. That is not real gold. Finish that alloy and become golden aged. In your relationships, let there always be good wishes and feelings of benevolence for everyone. Let there be feelings of love and cooperation. No matter what type of motive or nature someone has, let your feelings always be elevated. To bring about self-transformation in all of these things is to celebrate the golden jubilee. To burn the alloy means to celebrate the golden jubilee. Do you understand? Begin the new year with a golden age stage. This is easy, is it not? At the time of hearing this, all of you understand that you have to do this, but when any problem comes in front of you, you think that it is something very difficult. The time when there is a problem is the time to show your authority as the master of yourself. It is only at the time of an attack that you have to be victorious. It is only at the time of an examination that you have to claim number one. Do not become an embodiment of problems, but become an embodiment of solutions. Do you understand what you have to do this year? Only then will the completion of Golden Jubilee be called the Golden Jubilee of becoming complete. What other newness will you bring? All the children's thoughts reach Bab Dada. What newness will you bring about in these programs? You have selected the topic of having golden thoughts, have you not? Golden thoughts and golden ideas that make you into gold and bring about the age of gold. This is the topic you have selected, is it not? Acha. Today there was a chit chat on this topic in the subtle region. Baba will tell you about that another time. Acha. To all the fortunate souls who have a double right to the inheritance and blessing, to the elevated soul who are constant masters of the self, to the real gold children who always stabilize themselves in the golden aged stage, to the special souls who with their deep love for self-transformation make progress for world transformation. Bap Dada's love, remembrance and namaste. Avyakt Bap Dada meeting, the doctors who came for a meeting. You are engaged in the service of making all souls constantly happy with your elevated zeal and enthusiasm, are you not? The special duty of doctors is to give every soul happiness. The first medicine in happiness, happiness finishes half the illness. So, spiritual doctors means those who give the medicine of happiness. So, you are such doctors, are you not? If a soul experiences the sparkle of happiness even once, then that soul will constantly continue to fly with the sparkle of happiness. So you are the doctors who make everyone double light and make them fly, are you not? Those doctors make them get out of bed. They are able to make patients who are bedridden get out of bed and make them walk. You take them away from the old world and set them in the new world. Have you made such plans? You have made plans to use a spiritual instrument, have you not? What is the injection? What are the tablets? What is the blood transfusion? You have created all these spiritual facilities. If someone needs to be given blood, what spiritual blood will you give him? What medicine will you give a heart patient? A heart patient means a disheartened patient, so you need a spiritual material. All the new inventions they create are inventions created with the facilities of science. With the facilities of silence, you make them free from disease for all time. They have a whole list of all the different instruments. In the same way, you too should have a long list. You are such doctors who should have such good facilities to make souls ever healthy. Have you made this your occupation? Have all of you doctors put up such boards at your places for making everyone ever healthy and ever wealthy? Just as the people write down their occupation, similarly, let there also be this writing so that as soon as people see it, they can understand what it is and come inside to have a look. It should be an attractive board. The content of the writing should be such that no one can stop himself from coming in for an introduction. The boards should be such that there should be no need for you to call them, but they themselves are pulled to come to you even against their wish. Those people write so and so MBBS, but you have to have such a board on which you have your spiritual occupation written, through which they realize that this place is necessary. Have you created such a spiritual degree, or do you just write your worldly degrees? What should be the elevated facilities for service? The fastest means of service is to do service with powerful thoughts. Let there be a powerful thoughts, words and deeds. Let all three work simultaneously. This is a powerful tool. When you come into words, the percentage of powerful thoughts reduces or the percentage remains the same, and it makes a difference to the power of words. However, let all three be simultaneous. With a patient, someone would be operating on him and another person would be checking his pulse at the same time. Everything would be happening simultaneously. What would happen if the person operating continued to operate, but the one checking the pulse did that later? So many tasks are carried out simultaneously. Similarly, the spiritual tools for service also have to work simultaneously. You have made plans for service, and that is very good. However, you have to invent such a facility that everyone understands. Yes, this spiritual doctor will make them healthy for all time. Acha. Babdada speaking to groups. What would be the signs of those who have been victorious many times? They would feel everything is very easy and light. Those who are not victorious for cycle after cycle would find even a trivial task difficult. They would not find it easy. However, before beginning any task, the others would feel that the task has already been accomplished. They would never question whether it will happen or not. They would always feel that task is already accomplished. They know that they always have success and that they will have victory. Their intellects would have such faith. They would not find anything to be new. They would feel that everything is very old. They would continue to make themselves move along with this awareness. What are the signs of being double light? Double light souls constantly and easily experience the flying stage. It is not that they sometimes stop and sometimes fly. Only souls who constantly experience being in the flying stage are such double light souls who claim a right to a double crown. Double light souls automatically experiences the highest stage. Whenever any situation arises, remember that you are double light. To become children means you become light. You cannot carry any burdens. Acha, Om Shanti. To the sweetest, beloved, long-last and now-found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to spiritual children. The spiritual children in return says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Blessings. May you be a master bestower and experience the stage of having pure and positive thoughts for yourself and others like Father Brahma. In order to become a master bestower like Father Brahma, remain free from three things: jealousy, dislike and being critical, and have pure and positive thoughts for all and experience the stage of having only pure and positive thoughts. This is because those who have the fire of jealousy in them burn themselves and also cause distress for others. Those who have dislike fall and also make others fall. And those who even jokingly criticize others make others lose courage and make them unhappy. Therefore, remain free from all these three things and experience the stage of having pure and positive thoughts and become a master bestower, a child of the bestower. Slogan: those who have total sovereignty over their minds, intellects and sanskars are master of the self-sovereign. Those who have total sovereignty over their mind, intellects and sanskars are master of the self-sovereigns. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba.